start finding out what people are doing to be successful. And as I did that, I've been traveling all over. And while I've been doing that, I've been observing what they do for business briefings, what they're doing for big clubs, what they're doing all over the country to help touch people's lives and change people's lives. And one of the things I've been doing is wearing the Shakeology shirt. I wear the one that says Shakeology, healthiest meal of the day, makers of P90X, right? And I go tooling through the airports. I get asked every time I wear the shirt, what is Shakeology? Oh, P90X, can you tell me more? No matter what, I get asked. In fact, I was getting on the plane with Carolina to go to Vegas to do one of these meetings, and we're going down the jetway, scooting, because it's really slow while people are trying to sit down, right? And this guy looked at the two of us. We both had our Shakeology shirts on, and he said, healthiest meal of the day, what is that? And Carolina just happened to turn around. She said, oh, and she started to give him a couple of real quick one-liners, and he said, well, what's it do for you? She said, well, first of all, it will give you some good energy. It gives you all the nutrition that you need. It really helps build the body, gives it everything. You know, she tried not to go into too much detail, and he goes, does it taste good? And she goes, oh, it's just delicious. We've got chocolate, we've got greenberry, but chocolate is just to die for. And he goes, you know what? That might work for my team. He said, I'm the UCLA coach for the boys basketball team. Wear the shirt. You never know who you're going to bump into, right? I'm telling you, you just don't know. And in fact, he said to her right after that, do you got your cell phone here? I want you to put my number in your cell phone. I mean, she didn't even have to ask for his contact information, right? This is how people get excited to want it. I love it. People want to know. People want to know. They're looking for answers, and they're looking for solutions to these issues. He said, you know what? My kids get up at 4 o'clock to go work out, and they don't even eat anything. You know, I would really love to put something in their bodies. What do we do? Can we just blend it? I mean, this guy was on board. And then after a couple of minutes of talking about it, he said, you know what? Do you want me to put you in touch with the coach that runs University of Nevada? Because that's who I'm going to go visit right now. No, we don't want to know that. See what I mean? I mean, just be prepared. Be prepared, right? Okay, one more quick story about wearing what we call wear and share and how important that is. I'm up in Portland. I'm riding with Aaron Mathis in the car. We're going to Seattle, and we did a business op in Portland. We're going up there to do a big meeting and training up in Seattle. So we're driving up. Halfway up, we decide to stop and have lunch. And we get out of the car, it's raining. I've got, of course, my Shakeology shirt on. Never leave home without it. And, because I get to bring you all the great stories. And so we walk in to the restaurant, and the girl comes up. She's got her menus in her hand, right? She says, would you like the buffet, or would you like to be seated? And we said, well, what's on the buffet? And she said, pizza. We said, I think we'll take a seat. So while we're walking over to the table, this guy from the back of this restaurant makes a beeline over to us. And he comes up and he points at my shirt and he says, that Shakeology stuff. He goes, you know, my friend does P90X, and isn't there like a Tony guy on there that talks about that Shakeology stuff? And I'm like, yeah, there is. And he goes, yeah. He says that's some really good stuff. Do you know anything about how I might be able to, can you help me get some of that? You know? He's just like, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm pointing to Aaron, right? Yeah, this guy right here can help you. I mean, you know, he's a great coach, you know, I'm sure. And he's like, oh, yeah, he says, I love that P90X. I keep telling my brother I need to get that. And he keeps, you know, and there's something about this coaching thing. Do you know anything about a coaching thing? I'm like, dude, you know, it's like, here's your get in here, buddy, you know? I mean, and so he says, yeah, you know, and he's talking to him for a few minutes. Yeah, you know, I'm a coach, and I've been doing that, and I lost weight. He starts to share his personal story, and the guy goes, yeah, God, you know, I've been really thinking a lot about this. He goes, I just kind of have a feeling this might be something I should really get involved in. And he goes, can I get you my contact information? And he says, sure. And he goes, okay, wait, I'll be right back. So he takes off, and we don't even get halfway down the appetizer menu, and he comes back with 2 business cards. Not one, but 2 business cards. And he says, this one's a business card that has all of my work information. This one has all my home and personal information on it. I just want to make sure you can get a hold of me, okay? So you're going to call me, right? And Aaron goes, yeah, man, I promise you, I'll give you a call first thing. I'm just heading up to this meeting, but I'll make sure I get in touch with you. And he goes, great. so when are you going to call me? I was like, did he go to game plan? You know, I mean, it was the most unbelievable thing in the world. This guy just practically tackled us to want to be a coach, right? All because of the shirt. So that's my little advertisement on wear and share and how great that can be for you. A little bit about me, just so you kind of know a little bit about Denise. First of all, I always like to start out by saying that I'm married to the most handsome man in the world. He totally rocks my boat. In addition to that, I have a son and a daughter, and I have 6 beautiful grandchildren. So Grandma not only drinks Shakeology to keep up with those grandkids, but my husband's 7 years younger, and I got to keep up with him too. So anyway, and I do. So that's my personal life, and I absolutely love what I do. I told Carl Saturday when I thanked him, I said, you know what, Carl, thank you. Gosh, I just get in planes and cars and travel around and talk to people and enjoy meeting some of the most amazing people in the world who care so much about helping other people change their lives and touch their lives and help their health and help them have some financial opportunities they might not have had otherwise. Doesn't get any better than that. While I've been out traveling around, one of the things that I've had an opportunity to do, I'm going to see if I can get out. Can I get out of this? Hit escape. Ta-da! As I was out and about learning about the different things that people are doing, he's getting really good at this, isn't he? I'm going to go to a, I'll show you what I'm going to go to. Can I get rid of this?
Okay.
So I saw some opportunity meetings, but one of the first things I did when I went out in the market is I saw a Fit Club. My very first visit to the market was in Phoenix, and Monica Ward had a Fit Club. And what I wanted to do when I went out to the field to learn as much as I could about what was going on out there is I decided to pretend I was a prospect. So I would get in the audience, I'd wear the workout stuff, and I'd get in there and bring my towel and my water, and I wanted everybody just to feel right at home with me being there. I didn't want any announcements ahead of time. I just wanted to just be there with all of them. Can you take it back to the beginning? Awesome. So, isn't he great? It's just been such a help. In doing that, what I learned was there are successful Fit Clubs and there are some less successful Fit Clubs. And I asked people what were some of the challenges they were having with Fit Clubs, and here were some of the challenges that I heard. Fit Clubs don't work. I started a Fit Club. It cost me a lot of money to rent a place. I bought a bunch of Shakeology to sample, and I told my coaches to come and bring people, and they came for the first one, and then the second one, a few less came, and by the third one, there was only 3 or 4 of us there, and it was just the same coaches all the time, and I never sold any product, and I never sponsored anybody, so it didn't help my business. Therefore, Fit Clubs don't work. Sounds really sad. And so then I went around and I found individuals who were having extremely successful Fit Clubs. And I went, whoa, okay, whole different picture here. I mean, whole different picture. And I said, I got to find out why these individuals are retailing and recruiting from their Fit Clubs and growing their businesses from 100 coaches to 400 coaches in less than a year. How does that happen with a Fit Club, right? So I wanted to know the best practices, and that's what I want to talk about right now. So let me go up. Can I go back to the thingy where I can take it up to the thingy?
Yeah, sorry.
There we go. So I need to go to the first slide. And I don't know, what is all these in person? And then go play. Awesome. All right. So here's what I learned as I went out and about. Oh, and by the way, that's me. I'm going to play a video for you. I want you to see what's going on all across America. Very successful Fit Clubs. And Fit Clubs are taking place in all sorts of locations. We have brand new coaches who are starting a Fit Club in their garages. They're opening the garage, they roll out their little TV, they put their little, DVD player next to it, they pop in the workout, and they invite their neighbors to come over and see this. They're starting right in their own backyards. They're helping their neighbors get fit. All the way to, and you know what happens? It's so cool because they go, that was pretty easy. I just became a coach. I bought my product. I got my Shakeology. I let them try some of what I had, right? And all of a sudden, I got 2 coaches because they want to do what I want to do because they watched me do that, and they thought that was pretty easy. Honest, it's happening. So it's happening so organically. Could you imagine if we started making this happen all over America, in all the blocks and courts and cul-de-sacs? Because we can. We really can. So if you have new coaches, don't make them feel like they have to go out and spend $100 on a big room, have a big club. You know, that they can do it right in their garage. They can do it right in their basement. If they're in Omaha, Nebraska, and it's snowing, we're in the basement, right? I mean, you can do it you can start it right there in your own homes, all the way to big gymnasiums, to churches, to community centers, to YMCAs. Fit clubs, go anywhere, all right? And I'm going to give you some really cool tricks around that. But first, I just want you to have fun and get a chance to see firsthand what people are doing. From all over the country. You gotta love it. And here's what's really cool. I don't know if you could tell. I know some of that was a little bit dark due to the candles on this projector, but did you notice that there wasn't a bunch of ripped people doing the Fit Club? You know why? Because it's helping
They're all
people.
in DC.
Because it's helping anybody come in right where they are today. It's helping you, and you know what's been really cool, because I've gone and worked out, like I said, in these. I've stood next to people in their 80s. I've stood next to people who weighed over 300 pounds. I've been with young teens in these things, and I've been with old people in these things, men and women from all walks of life, all shapes, you name it. And you know what's really cool? Is they come in, music's playing, they sign in, they sign the waiver, they get inside, and here is what makes a successful Fit Club. Here's how it works. All right, so get your pencils and papers out, because I'm going to give you the secret. First of all, the benefit of a Fit Club is this. It builds relationships. That's your benefit. Your benefit is it builds relationships. You talk to Mark Briggs, who is near and dear to all of our hearts, if you know anything about Mark Briggs, and he will tell you he is such a strong believer in Fit Clubs because he has seen the bond that has created between the people who come for the first time and get encouraged to come back again the next week just to feel like they're part of something. You know what a Fit Club is? Our Beachbody Fit Club is? It's our Weight Watchers weekly program. Some people need that. Some people need to connect with other people and have other people encourage them. Some people also need the accountability. They just know, man, I got to work out this week because I got to go back next week and I got to make sure. And so I want to stay connected to that accountability. And it gives them a chance to come back and celebrate, show off what they've been accomplishing, right? And every one of these things, I've seen people come in and go, dude, give me 5, because they're excited. They can physically see the transformation taking place from week to week to week. That is so encouraging. It creates such a relationship bond between people. And these people stick. They don't just fall off as easy as the one that just go home, push play a couple times and went, I don't think I can do it because I'm really sore. They get it's like what we used to do on the message boards, but now we do it with the Fit Club, and we do it person to person, body to body, live, right? In addition to that, in addition to those relationships that are built with those customers, the coaches bond. The coaches come in and talk about things, and they hang afterwards, and they say, God, you'll never guess what happened this week. And they'll share a really great story. So they come back every week, and that kind of thing is going on. So there's encouragement and bonding with coaches, and there's encouragement and bonding that goes on with